Okay, we are now on code challenge number 44. So again, we're going to make this a bit more challenging. However, right now we're still learning that in order to iterate through a certain number of sequences, we need to create a variable, and that variable needs to start at the value of 0. So with that, let's take a look at our steps, or the challenge is repeat a loop 100 times, count by ones, and stop before reaching the number 100. Create that variable and give it a specific an assignment, and we're going to talk about what that assignment value is when we get into the code, display the instructions, and then run the loop. So with that being said, we are going to do those three things with our three display statements, repeat a loop 100 times, count by ones, and then stop before 100. Now this is where you're going to create that variable element. So we're just going to create an x, and x equals 0. So we're going to start our loop structure at 0. Again, that is the default starting number or starting integer for looping or any type of count. It's just an indexed position that we're going to use. So we're going to use the default setting at 0. Repeat 100 times. So in order for this to stop at 100, we have to change the value of x in our code. Now, in drag and drop systems, we just create that repeat loop structure, and it looks a little bit differently. In text-based programs, we actually have to change the value of x. Okay, but we do have to give it its limitations. So if we want something to run through 10 iterations or 10 loops or 10 repeats, we have to say 10. If we want it 20, we have to say 20. If we wanted 1,000, we have to say 1,000. We have to give those parameters or those limitations. So the flow chart looks very much the same. Of course, we're using the display elements. We're actually using all of them. So we're using the start and stop or begin and end icons. We're using the display icons, the storage icons, the diamond icon, and our loop are definitely our arrows. We're doing great. So again, we're going to take a look at this as iterations plus 1 up until this is false, and then stop before 100. So everything looks the same. I like executing the code because it's a lot of fun. So we're going to repeat the loop 100 times, count by ones, and stop before reaching 100. Let's run it. Look at that. So we're all the way down here at 99. Don't want to run to 1,000 or 1,000,000. That would just take a while. But you can see all my numbers. We're counting backwards all the way to 0, and there's our instructions. So fantastic. Hopefully your students are learning a great deal about how things work, understanding computer computation, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.